Okay, so let's say that you're trying to create just a launch page. They call it a splash page depending on, who is talking about it. So I'm just going to share my screen real quick. So this is the website, right? Let's say that your website is live at the moment in time. So the first thing you're going to do is just log into the dashboard. Boom. I'm already logged in, so I'm just going to go to my dashboard. The dashboard looks just like this. Hopefully you have access to it. If not, then we're going to have to find a different method for you to be able to change things. First thing that you're going to do is you're going to come to plugins on the side. Okay, you're going to add new by clicking that button. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to type in WP space maintain. Can't spell maintenance mode, just like that, and then hit enter. I already have it downloaded right now, so I just hit install now. Generally, like how I would say here, I would just click that. Right now it's active. Once you have done that, you would come to installed plugins and click, where is it? It should be right here. Activate, okay? Once it has been activated, I'm gonna go and hit settings. Now this is where we can start to actually edit and change it, okay? So right now my site looks just like this. You can see the home page, people can come and see it and whatnot. You come back. So now we're going to hit this activated status, okay? Inside of the general tab. I'm going to leave these blank. They're not super important. You're going to make sure that these three things are excluded, okay? If they're not already there, please type those in. So feed, WP-login, and login. Basically what that means is that it's going to allow you to be able to log into your site. Just like how before I had typed in my website name -wp-login.php. This is how we log into our dashboard, okay? So if we weren't able to do that because this thing was blocking us, then we'd have to do something a little different as well, okay? You can hit save settings right there. So now the next thing to do is we have to go into this design, okay? So, launches on whatever day you're launching, March 12th. Boom, 2020. Ready for our launch, blah, blah, blah. You can change this to whatever you want. I don't really know exactly what your voice for your channel is or whatever. Sorry for the inconvenience. We can't wait to see what's coming on March 12th when we launch. Boom. Okay, so then we do that. Now for the background, right? So you can do a couple things. So right now, this is what it's going to look like when we're done, at least in the basic form. Now, I'm assuming that you want to make it look a little bit better than just a gray background. This is actually without actually being updated. So before we change these two things. So you can do a couple things, right? You can upload a new background, which is just a picture, but it has to be these dimensions, 1920 by 1280. So I don't know exactly if you have an image of that size. The reason why it's important to do that is because if you do not, it will be distorted and it'll look kind of either super stretched out or super compact and it just won't look good. Another thing that you can do is click on predefined backgrounds, which can be something like this, anything that you really want that fits your mood or fits your brand, right? So I'm gonna come and save these settings. So now what I'm gonna try, let me actually reload this page just to see how it's changed. Okay, cool. So this is how it looks now. That might be good for you. It might not be. I don't know exactly what your preference is. So I'm going to show you a workaround to be able to change it and maybe make it closer to what your exact brand is. I just changed the background just to see what would happen. Shoot, I don't like that, how it's like blending in. So if it's blending in for you just like that, I would change the color to like white, like the text to white, just like how I was doing right there. So right here and right here. So now when we come back to the site, people can actually, see it. So it's still kind of blurry. So you'd have to go and change the background, right? So let's say that I'm doing makeup. Let me go to Google Images first. So Google Images. Gonna come right there. Make up 1920 by 1280, so that we can automatically get the size we want. Okay, so cool. Just like this, like this, like this, blah blah blah. You can add a picture like this. I don't know exactly what you're going to want, so I'm just gonna take just a random one. Okay, I'm gonna take this picture. I'm gonna come and save it. I have a Windows computer, so I'll just right click and save. I'm gonna save image as test. I'm gonna call it like tester video. Tester image for video tutorial. All right, cool. So I'm gonna come right back here. I'm actually gonna go and upload a background now. So just like I was talking about a couple seconds ago, tester image for video tutorial. Just gonna pull it up. It's gonna come right here. Click on it so that it has a blue check mark, and then choose the background. Okay, so now I'm gonna save settings once more. I'm just gonna look at it just to test it out. Okay, so I don't like how it's so hard to read still. Oh man. So when you're choosing a picture, you just have to keep that in mind. It might be better for you to actually use one of their predefined images. How can we make that easier? How can we make it easier? You'd probably want something dark. You'd want it to contrast so that you can still see the words very, very clearly. We can't wait. Yes, this one would probably be the best. Ready for our launch? We can't wait to let you see what's coming. Let me try with black. Oops, click that thing. Okay, that's a little bit better. So yeah, so it's very important to get contrasting colors, either in photography or in just different things like this, so people can actually see what you're posting. And it looks better, so it doesn't hurt your eyes. Like down here, where it's notified when it's ready, you see how when it's white, it looks better, but now that the color is very bright up here, black does better, okay? So now we're gonna have to do, after that, after we picked our image or whatever we wanted, we're going to modules. So depending on how you actually set it, like we've said like March 12th a couple of times, you can have a countdown if you'd like. Make sure the start date is like today or sometime in the past, and make sure these are all zeros, okay? Because you just want to start at midnight rather than having to guess the number of days. Next thing you're going to want to do for the countdown time, you're going to want to count the distance between now and your launch. So I don't know if your launch is March 12th, today is February 20th, so I'm gonna be like 21, 22, 23, 24, all the way up to March 12th. And then if my specific countdown's at a specific time of day, then I'm going to need to factor that into the number of hours so that I can launch it right when I want to. I would actually maybe have it a little bit early so it doesn't so that you can have everything ready right before you launch. what is really bad, or not really bad, but it's really hard, is to try and get everything to time out perfectly. So from the time that your site launches to the time that you make your announcement that it's launched, that you tell all your followers that it's launched, you don't want those to all be the same. So you want your website to be fully functional and fully ready to go. Maybe you have that, you turn this whole splash page off maybe a couple hours earlier, maybe even a day early. So then you can just have everything ready. So when you're ready to make your Instagram post or your Facebook post, you can just tell people and you don't have to worry about, messing with your website. Okay. Next thing I have is I have turned on yes for show subscribe. And then you can type the text, be like, we'll let you know when the launch starts, blah, 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 blah. Make sure you change the color depending on the background. This is going to tell you your number of subscribers. Next thing you can do is you can have show social networks, but like yes, right? And you can type in the links to your social media. So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, I don't know exactly for you. I turned off no for show contact because I don't want people just to message me. Unless you want to, then you can put in like your email address. I have these off. If you want to put your Google Analytics stuff in there, you can type in like yes, and you can just type in like your tracking code from Google. I'm not going to go into how to actually do the tracking code from Google. I think you have everything you need as of right now. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit save settings again. Very important to keep hitting save. So manage bot, you don't really need to have this thing right now. I have it deactivated. GDPR, I also have that deactivated. It's not really that necessary for us for our purposes. Okay, so now I've made sure everything is activated as far as the general. But when I go to my site, you're going to notice that you can still see the website, right? And that is because I am logged in. You know how we're logged into our thing, our dashboard. What you need to do to make sure that it actually worked correctly is that you go to a different browser. So right now I'm in the Chrome browser. I'm going to open up the Microsoft Edge or Safari or Firefox, whichever one, does not matter to me, whichever one's just different than what we're currently using, just to see if it's to your liking. If it's not quite to your liking, just choose a different image, keep messing with the text. For you, you're probably going to want it to look moderately good on a phone if a lot of your people are coming from your phone. Okay, next thing, very important. Before the launch, make sure to turn this off, or else you're going to have a bunch of people actually coming to the page, and then they're going to be very confused, okay? So if you want to turn that off, we go to installed plugins. We're going to come down to the bottom, just like how we did before. I'm going to go back into the settings, and I'm going to deactivate this. So now I save my settings. Now I'm going to come right here. I'm going to come back to this page, to this extra browser, just to see if everything is good. All right, cool. So now my website's back. People can see it. People can visit. I'm going to try it one more time. So now if I go back to this page, if I have it activated and I save the settings, now I reload this page on a different browser just to test because I'm not logged into my website on this browser. Okay, cool. Now the site's good. Okay, hopefully this is going to be able to be very easy for you to do. I think the instructions are pretty step-by-step. If you have any more questions, please send me a text or reach out to me somehow. Cool. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. See you later. How do we stop this thing?